Awesome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Chiropractic Compass podcast and Facebook Lives brought to you by the legendary Chiropractor online community. I'm your host, Johnny Reuter, and today we have the very special opportunity to talk to a prime exhibitor, vendor, and a guy who has been around the chiropractic profession for a long time. He is in digital x-ray services, and his company name is Imaging Services, and he's a fantastic guy, Michael Tokash, and he is all about x-rays, build out, and how to be successful while in your chiropractic office and even before you get to your chiropractic office, because that's what it's all about. He's very student-oriented, he's very doctor-oriented, and if you go to any large chiropractic event, Tokash will be there. So, without further ado, Mike, can I have you give a brief introduction just about yourself, and then we'll hop right into the topics. I want you to kind of share a little bit about, where you come from, how you got into the chiropractic field, working directly with chiropractors, and what you did prior to that might have led you down this path.
All right, Johnny, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
So, Mike Tokash, I've been in Philadelphia my whole life. Been in x-ray, graduated high school in 75, went right into service on processors and x-ray and film and chemistry. And, after working for many different companies, I finally decided it's time for me to go on my own. Just like chiropractor coming out of school, you need to learn things before you start your business, right? So I learned as much as I could, started my own business, and I was a local company just doing, $1 million a year, which is not it sounds like a lot, but it's not for an x-ray company. And then, all of a sudden, here comes chiropractic, right? Chiropractors from years ago, completely different from today. Today, it's a family. And I want to thank everybody. I feel part of this big family out there. John, this has really taken off that chiropractors now are gaining respect. Beautiful, right? It's what it's all about, right? And learning how to do a business, and that's kind of what I want to portray today, is where I started with the business, how I got to a $5 million business because of chiropractic. All right?
Awesome.
You want me to just keep on going?
Keep rolling.
Keep on rolling. So, I got on Facebook. Started selling the 2020 product. Nate Dominguez, big fan of mine, big fan of his. He said, Michael, you got to go on Facebook. I'm like, I can't do that. I'm not doing that, right? So I did it reluctantly. And then I looked at Barbara Eaton, Dr. Daniel Bay, many other speakers, or mentors. I couldn't even list them all, right? And I started following them. And I'm like, what they're doing for chiropractic, I could do for my own business. Doesn't matter if I'm a chiropractor or not. So that's what I started doing. I started following their plans. I started becoming a salesman, right? Yep. Chiropractor is a salesman. I even took it further. I took my staff, and they're my salespeople also. Every time they see in a chiropractor position, it would be a patient, but every time they see a customer, man, they're talking about imaging services, how good we are, what we could do for you. It's just took it to that big level. And then I started learning a lot of things about, chiropractors coming out of school. I have 7 children, adults your age, right? A lot of people help them through life. I said, why don't I start helping chiropractors that are graduating, do what I did and start this business, and where could I lead them to? So I try to do like a turnkey, do everything. They're contractors, get a couple quotes, pick your building. Doesn't matter. Pick your spot where you want to be. So that's kind of where it all started. And I'm just having a blast. I'm loving it. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who has fun for a job, right?
Yeah. You'll never work a day in the field of chiropractic, that's for sure.
No. I get adjusted, though.
That's awesome. That is fantastic to hear. So Michael is a phenomenal human being, and he helps a lot of chiropractors. And I want, we'll dive into the topics in a little bit, but I want you guys to understand who are out there, who are viewing this or who are watching this later, that, I try to bring on doctors from all around the world, and everything that goes into this podcast is meant for you, the doctor, the student, whatever that might be, whoever's watching this out there. It's meant for you to gain insight into chiropractic, not only that family that you talked about, Mike, but also to gain insight into, what is the business mindset? What is the science? What is the art? What is the philosophy? And how can I apply that directly to my family, directly to my job, directly to my chiropractic practice, whatever it might be. And here you are, and you applied all of the principles of chiropractic directly to x-ray services, which I think is absolutely amazing. So I want to give you kudos to you where, kudos is due, right?
Yeah, great.
So
it's really something. I started with a group called Everest, right? Coaching group.
Yeah.
I got in there, told to a couple of doctors there. They took me on a journey. Then the ICA, the WDC, AMP explodes. You go to one of their conferences. Oh my God! If you don't get excited about chiropractic when you leave there, Dynamic, Essentials, Close for Chiro. So all these groups, I started looking at all the groups, thinking, well, let me help each group out. They all have members, and as I started doing, so even it's not about the profit for me. I sell in orthopedics hospitals. That's where the profit money is.
Right.
I am dedicated to chiropractic. Right. Yeah. That's where my business went with me only. No salespeople, Johnny. It's me. Yeah. Right. I'm bringing my daughter because women chiropractors. Don't be offended, Johnny, but women chiropractors are blowing it out.
Of course, as they deserve.
Man, oh my God. Yeah. It's tremendous. But you know what? It's the support. Right.
Yeah.
And they get it, right? So, I mean, I try to refer some women chiropractors to my daughter because, men think a little different than women, right? And they relate a little different. So I'm trying to bring some other things into it to really help, the women chiropractors. I just had one. This is a great story. So here's a women chiropractor. It calls me. She's doing a build out. Signer quotes, ready to go, calls me and says, Michael, I got to cancel. I said, what, cancel the whole order? She said, yes, sir. And I said, why? She says, well, it's going to cost me $10,000 for my electrical. I said, no, I did your drawings. Can you get your contractor on the phone for me? Johnny, you know what? We got him down to $6,000.
There you go.
All right. It's a shame this world is still taking advantage of people.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I told her, just give me a phone number out of the book. Don't talk to a contractor. Give me a number. I called him, what we got done for? $4,000.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. So there are the things I want to be involved in.
Absolutely.
Right? Now, if she saved $6,000, what's that going to add to her practice?
Right.
Right? Now she's buying her table. She's a little out of debt. So that's what I want to do. That's what excites me.
Absolutely. And I think you're in the perfect position to do so because, you've done the years of vending, the years of exhibiting, you've connected, you've networked, and now it's time for you to give back in every capacity that you can because you are a brilliant man when it comes to x-ray equipment and electrical and build outs and turnkey success, which we'll dive into later in the podcast. But it's time for you to give back, and I think that you're doing just that, and you're following your dreams. I love it, Mike. I love it.
No, you know what? It's fantastic. I'm just having such a great time. And then, even when I'm done, I just did it, Novo Chiro. There we go. We'll take him. He says, Michael, I'm going to have my ribbon cutting. I would love you to be there. I can't. So you know what? Go buy yourself a nice TV, do a giveaway, right? I mean, Johnny, the job's done. Right. I made my profit. The customer's over. I'm moving on, right? I'm not moving on. Right. I'm staying with that doc, right?
Yeah.
I want to help him be successful, right? That's what it's all about.
Yeah. And you'll
I can't get them all. I can't get every build out, right? Then I'd probably fail because I'd have too much business. Like, Dr. Daniel Barry would say, you don't need 10,000 a week, right? You just need so many.
Yeah.
You're not going to give a $19 adjustment.
Right.
Don't start that program.
Yeah.
Give your worth, right? you're not worth $19. They're going to expect $19 forever, right?
Yeah.
You charge them, give them a free adjustment, and then charge them your normal price. They'll come back.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're more valuable than that, and you shouldn't undersell yourself.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, I want to make a quick shameless plug at the beginning of our video before we jump into our topics. If you're a chiropractor out there and you are looking to post a chiropractic job advert, if you're selling your practice, hiring an associate, or an independent contractor, no matter what the job is, a CA, licensed massage therapist, you name it, head to postachiropracticjob.com now to post your chiropractic job advert with us on the Legendary Chiropractor. So, Mike, let's hop in straight into topics here. We are going to talk about why I want to hear more about why you are truly helping chiropractors, not only with their digital services, because we'll talk details in a little bit,
Sure.
but why are you helping chiropractors? What is it other than the family and the camaraderie? Why did you really turn away from ortho and hospitals and say, you know what, this is where I need to be?
Yeah, you know what? Chiropractors have always been the underdog. Okay, people didn't believe in them. And probably a turn of events was I went in to see my orthopedic surgeon, who I need an operation on. My chiropractor told me to go see him. Okay, real high end, let's say Villanova grad, right? 3-piece suit, and always trash chiropractor. Right?
Yep.
So that's what I learned, right? Chiropractors weren't any good. They didn't do anything, right? So one day I walk in his office, there's a chiropractor there. I said, Doc, can I see you? He said, sure, Michael. I said, you have a chiropractor here. Well, John, he actually smiled. And I'm like, what are you smiling for? You trash these guys. But here's my question to you. Why do you have a chiropractor here? Is it because you're going to make more money, or what he said he could do, he could do?
Yeah.
He said, oh, Michael, what he said he could do, he could do. I said, then why'd you trash him? He said, because if I sent you to a chiropractor, I didn't get you back.
Right.
Man, I got so upset at that. I said, you know what? I got to turn this thing around. That's the wrong way to think.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since that day, it's always been in my mind. I didn't know how to do it. But then all of a sudden, Daniel Bay or Dr. Steve Thiel or, numerous chiropractors, Peter Kevorkian, all said, you know what, Michael, we're going to take you on a journey. I said, I'm ready. I'm getting on the train. And guess what, Donnie? I'm not getting off the train.
It's a long track.
Oh, my God, it's a long track. I can't even see the tunnel yet. But no, absolutely, wonderful. And being accepted, you know what I mean? For helping people, and people want that help, and they really need it. And the chiropractic community accepts it. Other communities don't.
Yeah.
I don't even call them a community. They're just medical fields, right?
Right. Yeah, and I think there's a difference, there is that camaraderie, but there's also that you talked about the young kids coming out of chiropractic school who don't really, we're not wise yet. We don't know. We haven't been around the block. We haven't tripped enough. We haven't failed enough. So to have some guidance in that process, especially if you're going to do build-outs and you're going to start fresh and open your brand new practice and you want to take x-rays, man, you are a phenomenal resource. And there are tons of people out there, tons of coaching groups and stuff. But my God, it's amazing to me that people refuse still to this day to go to people who have been around the block, right? Who have failed, who have seen the other side, who say, this isn't how it's supposed to be, or I've been there, I tried that, I know where you're heading with that thought, but let's redirect it because I know what's going to be successful. There are still people that don't like to do that. And I really, I encourage people to reach out to you. We'll give your information at the end of the show, but I really encourage people to reach out to you because that's what this is all about, is that camaraderie on top of helping, those young docs really start up. Because I know for a fact I got you in my back pocket when I go to open a practice.
Oh, yeah. And I'll be there for it. It's funny. So if you called me right now, the first thing I say to you is, Doc, I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm going to consult with you. No charge. If I get the deal, fine. If I don't get the deal, at least you're going to know that you got a good deal, right? And that's how I start my whole conversation.
Yeah.
You know, from the drawings to the build out to talking to contractors. And you know what? I don't win them all.
Yeah.
But I feel comfortable. At least that doctor has enough information to make a good decision.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Everybody makes mistakes. But, hey, I'm not saying that going with any other company is a mistake,
Right.
but at least you know what you're looking for. Find out your warranty. Find out who's going to service the equipment after warranty. You know, find out about technical support. You know, they're all important things after sale.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And then I think at that initial conversation that you just mentioned, you build that trust, that rapport that we all talk about as chiropractors that you need to have, because it's not like, you know, if someone were to call you or you're at an event and you're talking to someone, the first thing you're gonna say is probably not, you know, just word vomit, X-ray equipment and stats and everything else on top of them, because they're already stressed out. It's a big purchase, right?
Right. Oh, it's a big purchase.
Yeah.
We know what you're going to buy. We just need to know how we can get you there.
Yeah.
Right. It may even be used equipment.
Yeah.
Right. There's been plenty of times I said, "Hey Doc, go buy that used equipment from them and maybe buy the DR from me." Well, you know, whatever, or mix or match, because there's some deals out there that are really good. There's some doctors that, you know, are selling their equipment, which I don't understand. You know, why would you be selling your equipment? You should be building your practice.
Right.
Right. You want to see X-rays. You know, a lot of doctors are sending patients out. Yeah. They have their own reasons. You know, I talk from the heart. Right. If I were the chiropractor, I'm holding that patient. I'm doing X-ray in my office. I'm not sending them down the street, and I'm not inconveniencing them. But that's okay.
Right.
If that's what you think you need to do in your practice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm never putting anybody's practice down.
Right.
You know, you do business the way you want to do it, but just gather as much information. Johnny, just like right now, you know, watching this, right? You got to be learning something.
Absolutely.
Right?
You got it. Yeah.
I mean, you're doing a great thing, you know?
I appreciate that. Thank
and
you.
I said to you a long time ago, you're going to be somebody. Absolutely. I'd be putting my money on you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. That means a lot to me. So now that we know why you're helping chiropractors and you're invested more than just the sale, right? I think that's really important for people to understand. And the second topic, let's hop into the nitty gritty. Let's go into it. So what is the difference between digital systems that are out there that are different from yours? What sets yours apart from the rest? Talk to us about X-ray. Talk to us, like, because I personally, when it comes to purchasing, have no idea what I'm looking for. Talk to that audience for me.
So what I did was I searched with chiropractors, and, you know, the higher mentors I was able to sit down with and find out what they were looking for, right? I want to see Pennington analysis. I want to see all the Gonstead tools, right? So I started with 20/20 imaging, okay? 20/20 was then purchased by Konica Minolta. I seen Konica Minolta come in, you know, $50 billion company, whatever they are, right? I know they're not going away. They're not going to fail.
Right.
And they put a lot of effort into chiropractic. They actually sold in orthopedics and hospitals. And when they came and bought 20/20 Vistec for the software, they went, wow, chiropractors are buying equipment? They had no clue.
Yeah.
But then, you know what? They stepped up. They said, what do you want?
Yeah.
What do you need in software? Right? And I had plenty of doctors send videos in and do things that, you know, here's what we want to see. And they're working on the software. So as being the owner of the company, I could sell anything I want, right? I got 7 different companies I could sell for. The only thing I'm selling is 20/20 to chiropractic, right? I have some other ones that are trying to catch up, okay? Maybe I'll be selling something else someday. But, you know, these other companies that are out there, I'm not going to mention all of them, you know, they kind of dabble in it.
Yeah.
You know, they give you a year warranty, 20/20 gives you 5 years, right? 5 years tech support, not 3 years. So when you look at all that, a doctor's signing and buying a $25,000 piece of equipment, but didn't really realize he only got a 1-year warranty. Oh, we didn't tell you, Doc? Well, it's $1,500 a year from that point on.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't tell you, Doc? The tools are in the cloud, right? Oh, but you got to pay a monthly fee to get them.
Yeah.
You know, so I did my, you know, I'm selling like I'm buying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And, you know, I went to 20/20 and hired their best technical support guy. He's on staff. That was huge.
Yeah.
Johnny, can you imagine you start in your office and all of a sudden your equipment goes down and you got to get on the phone and call the manufacturer, right? And now you're on the phone for an hour. Who are you calling? You're going to call me and say, Michael, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Right? So I went and hired their best technical support guy. You get his cell phone number. So after install, he does some more training with you. Everything, when we install is on-site training. But we continue the education, right?
Yeah.
Continue education. That's key.
Absolutely.
X-ray equipment's X-ray equipment, whether it's Summit or Dell Medical or TXR. It's basically all the same kind of warranties, but it's more the digital piece. That's the thing that you're really looking at, and the software.
Gotcha.
For your patients, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And so with that being said, talk to us a little bit about the service and the warranty. You got the 1 year or the 5 year, but talk to us a little bit about your product specifically. What's the the best product out there with the best warranty, I suppose?
So here was my dilemma. Small company in Philadelphia, so my chiropractors in the area would buy from me, right? But then I expanded. I'm on this train, right? From here to California, right? So how am I going to sell equipment in California and service it? Believe it or not, the community of X-ray companies kind of came together, right? Some companies say, well, look, here's my margin. I'm not going to sell for any less than that. I can't. But, I do. And then I pay them to do my install, right? Yeah. But I found strategic companies throughout the United States that are really good companies. And it'll be like, I'll have a doctor call me and say, well, Michael, I'm in the Great Lakes region. I like Great Lakes Imaging. Their price is too high. But guess what, Doc? I'm going to sell it to you. They're going to do your install. It's like, wow. What else would you want out of that?
There you go.
And Great Lakes is a great company. They do their own sales and everything, but I'm using them as a good service organization, right? And, I have a good service organization in Utah, California, Texas, so I found, it was a hardship too. I found some companies that weren't any good.
Yeah.
And I bypassed them and found some better ones, so it's all about me. They represent me, Mike Tokash, when they're doing the install.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. And I think that's important. Yeah, you took the X-ray field and said, you know what, I can't be two places at once. Right. And then you delegated and said, how do we make this happen? So to not circle back to, but to dive into, the business mindset that you have, go ahead and talk a little bit about like where you learned your business, what kind of failures and successes you've had so far. I'd love to hear a little bit more about that.
So, when we started in the business, right, it was all film and chemistry, right? Consumable items.
Yeah.
Right? And with consumable items, there's always return. Like I'm selling some other products that, maybe a back support that I found which is better than the other ones, that kind of thing. I'm trying to take other things into consideration too.
Right.
And consumables are going away on the X-ray side, right? Sell a digital unit. Now what happens? What happens for the next 5 years? Well, there's no more income, right?
Right.
But you know what it is? It's support and service. Because you know why, Johnny? You're going to tell the next guy to give me a call.
Yep.
Right? Here's my best phone call ever. Is this Mike Tokash? And I said, yeah, it's Michael. Well, I got to buy my stuff from you. I'm not going to say what he said. And I'm like, Doc. Now, Johnny, I'm laughing because I know it's a chiropractor, right? I'm like, Doc, slow down. You don't have to buy it from me. Yes, I do. And I'm like, why? Because I got 25 chiropractors telling me to buy it from you. I'm like, Doc, I guess you got to buy it from me. I mean, that is like the best call ever.
Yeah.
It's like a patient coming in your office saying, Doc, I got to see you.
Yeah.
And you ask why, is because I heard that you are the guy.
It's a referral program. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's all because of service, John. Just like a chiropractor servicing their patients, right?
Yep.
I don't want to be a patient of a chiropractor that I walk into the office, I got to pick up a card, I go over here, I go over there, I do all my stuff, I see the doc for 2 minutes, I'm out, right?
Right.
I want to have a conversation. I want to get to know you.
Yeah.
I'm paying you a service as a doctor. I like that bedside manner,
Right. Right.
You know, I see chiropractors and I say, man, doc, you're going to be a great chiropractor. And be like, well, why do you think that? I could just tell. Because I like it, you know. The smile, the laughter, the attitude, it all plays a role. And Johnny, don't think it's not going to be hard work.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know, I work 12-hour days. I work on the weekends. But I'm in a position at 62 years old that I don't have any more kids I got to worry about. Right. You know, all my things are over. You know, there's a doc right now that has, I think, 28 clinics. He spends 3 to 4 hours a week handling his clinics. You know why? He set them up right. He had a plan. He followed the plan, right? So these are the things that chiropractors really know. There's a rainbow at the end, but it's hard work.
Yeah.
If you don't think it's going to be hard work, then maybe you should be working for somebody else. You know, I have plenty of service guys that work for me, right? They make money.
Right.
But I don't know if they could do what I do.
Right. Absolutely. But that's what puts you at the top, and I think that's what puts you in the driver's seat. And I think that's important. I know that's important, especially as chiropractors, because what I'm trying to do is relate this back to chiropractic practice, because we're going to get there in just like 2 seconds. But what I'm trying to do is relate this back to chiropractic, because all the chiropractors and all the chiropractic students watching this, either right now or later, I want you to understand that no matter what business you're in, if you are in the service industry, you need to know simple systems and procedures to make things happen. It all comes at a price, but like you said, there's that rainbow at the end, there's a pot of gold at the end, but it comes at a price, and you gotta work and you gotta grind it out to get to where you want to be, because nobody's going to hand it to you.
No, nobody's going to hand it.
Yeah, and I think you can speak on that probably a little bit.
Well, it's great, because I think chiropractors are now learning, you know, you need somebody at the front desk. You can't run the whole work. You have to depend on somebody.
Yeah.
Right? You just got to find that right person. You got to train that person. You know, I do a lot of things in my organization where I reward my employees.
Yeah.
Okay? You know, maybe I don't have a lot to give them. Maybe it's a $50 gift card. But you know what? They appreciate it. They go out and get me more business. I make more money. I can give them more money. You know, so, I mean, I like rewards.
Absolutely.
Right? And that's what I feel right now. I'm a Leo. I love a pat on the back.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like I'm getting from chiropractic.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a positive feedback loop. It just keeps, you know, you give good, you get good, you give good, you get good.
Yeah.
It's what happens. Yeah.
You know, I just had a doctor down in Texas. We actually installed it. He wanted to buy used. That was fine. I don't recommend it sometimes. Didn't recommend it to him. He bought it. I sold it to him, and it didn't work. You know what I did? I went out and replaced the whole system. No extra charge.
Yeah.
I paid another service company another $2,000. You know what? It wasn't about that sale.
Right.
It's about the customer relating that, wow, this is what he did for me. I'm sending other customers to him, right?
Absolutely.
Just like chiropractors. If you do a great adjustment and you're treating your patients right, and you're the sales guy, you're the main salesperson, they're going to come back to you.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And refer everybody else back to you.
Yeah, and they'll refer until the cows come home, for sure.
Yeah.
So, Doc, or Mike, Doc, I told you it was going to happen. That's only once, so, I mean, come on. All right, Mike, let's hop into your practice, how to build a profitable practice, let's change that. Let's say how to build I'm sure, because I know you can speak on behalf of how to build a successful chiropractic practice, from the imaging side of things and, you know, the build out and stuff like that. So let's go into building a successful and profitable, massively profitable small business, right? Because I think, and you can tie it back to chiropractic. I want you to, because I think it's important. So talk about the build out. Talk about what systems and things that people should have in their office to give them the best chance they can to be successful.
So I had 3 calls today. 3 doctors called me. They're looking at doing a build out. You know, the first thing I tell them, go find your location. Don't worry about anything else. Don't go around the corner because it doesn't have the right voltage. Or, you know, find your location. Once you find your location, we can find solutions, right?
Yeah.
But, just because you had to pay another $3,000 for a different kind of a generator just because it doesn't work there. But you know what, Johnny? If you're around the corner and the traffic isn't there and it's not the right location, so that's the first thing I tell you.
Yeah.
Find out where you want to be. Do some homework. There's plenty of marketing out there. There's marketing people out there like Jim Chester that will help you do things. There's so much at your disposal for free. Right? I'm free. Right? I'm saying I'm free. I'll help you build your practice.
Yeah.
Right? And then, I feel good about myself because that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. So your location is important first, right? Once you find your location, there's a doctor, Dr. Tim, just starting his practice, okay? Couldn't get any money. He was like so devastated, and I got him an SBA loan. Never even thought about it, right? He got an SBA loan, then he got the loan for the equipment. I mean, he found his location.
Yeah.
And 3 months later, he's still going back to that location saying, this is where I want to be, right? How do I make that happen?
Right.
But people saw that. I saw that, right? He was on Facebook. I met him at an AM conference. And you know what? He's there. Yeah. He's going to be having his ribbon cutting. He's in the building he wanted to get. He's got great staff already. So it's all about what can we do to get you where you need to be, right? Yeah. So where location is very important. Then from that point on, okay, it's your contractors. Don't just get a local guy, right? Get someone that really cares, right? Now, my whole family was contractors, right? So I got a lot of insight on contracting, right? I do my own build outs too. I'm working on my office right now. So here's what I say. Get 3 estimates, right? Don't just get one. So you may find, Johnny, that this guy comes in, he says, okay, well, we're at like $35,000, right? And you may like the guy and say, okay, well, that sounds good. Well, you know what? Contractors do this. If I'm a contractor and I don't have more than one job, just like a chiropractor doesn't have more than one patient, right? I'm out of business, right?
Yep.
All of a sudden, I got 10 jobs lined up. You call me, I come look at your build out, I throw a crazy number out. Because I don't care if I get your job or not. I'm so booked, right?
Yeah.
And then you get contractors that are really hungry, don't have enough work, that are good contractors. So I always say 3 estimates because there's going to be one in between, one high, one low, right?
Yeah.
Just like buying a car.
Yeah.
Just don't buy the first car you see off of that salesperson. You shop around, right?
Yep.
I always say shop around for your contractors, right?
Great tip.
Do some other homework. Chiropractor, if it's a family, the chiropractor down the street, he's going to help you.
Yeah.
Or the one across town, right?
Yep.
It's gathering information. So now you got your contractor, you got your place you want to be. Now you start shopping. What do I want to do with equipment, right? What's my focus? What am I going to do with my office? Am I a guy and said, doctor, I got a bigger build out for my x-ray room.
Yep.
So then I ask you, give me your room size. Let's try and put it in the back corner so we can shoot outside so you save some lead. It's kind of out of the way. Some doctors like to put a table in the room, have a bigger room so they can adjust right there.
Yeah.
I like the idea of that almost being your report of findings room.
Right.
You're doing report of findings, Johnny, and all of a sudden you're looking at somebody saying, you know what? I think I need another x-ray. Well, it's right here, right? Hey, get up there and take it. We're going to do another image, right? Yep. So it's all about speed. It's trying to, organize that office that you don't have to run all the way to the back, inconvenience the patient, move them around, right? Less steps is better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, once I get your drawings, then I actually give you physicists also, okay? You don't have to go look for a physicist. I found 4 physicists throughout the whole country that are giving discount prices, okay? You're not paying $1,200, you're paying $450,
right?
Which is what it should be,
right?
Right? So you can get a physicist from a hospital, might charge you $1,200. So now I give you your physicist, you get a shielding report. I take the shielding report, I help you with that, figure out where you need your lead, what you need, right? And then I'll actually give you a quote on it. Johnny, I don't care if I sell you the lead. I'm only 5% of the cost, right? There's no dollars for me. I want to make sure when you go to your contractor, he charges you $200 a sheet and not $450.
Right.
We want to keep them honest, right?
Yeah.
We want to keep everybody honest, right? It's best saving dollars and not just throwing them away. Right?
Yeah.
And then if you buy it from me, that's fine. I do an inside delivery instead of you having four people. Here's a truck with 200-pound sheet of lead on drywall. What are you doing? You got to take it off the truck. They won't do it for you. So I pay the extra $100 to have it inside delivery.
Awesome.
And even with the equipment, inside delivery, take away debris.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so I try and make that whole thing turnkey so you can go do what you need to do on your build out. You know, go get some go to your church, go to your clients, go do your yard sale, whatever you're doing to try and build your business. Don't worry about where an outlet needs to go. I'll worry about that for you, right? You know, so that's kind of what I take away when I say turnkey. You know, I try and take all that away from you. You'll be in the loop, right? But at least I can talk to your contractor. Now, some doctors are well educated and they came from a contracting family. Fine. Then you handle it, right?
Yeah.
You might be better at me than it. But at least I can take that away from you so you can. I think chiropractors don't know what they're getting into on a full build out. You know, I never did this before. I never started business before, right?
Yep.
There's all kinds of things that are going on. Oh, well, wait a minute. Where's the handicap accessible, right? Or you need to be 3 feet away from electrical outlet. You might have thought this was, or electrical box, right?
Yep.
You might, there's a great room to put it in. Well, guess what? It's not going to work, you know? So I try and help you so you don't run into all them big glitches and problems. And I may not be perfect, right? But I do the best I can to help.
Absolutely. That's all we can do.
You know, and then when it comes to the ribbon cutting, I want to know when your ribbon cutting is. You know, I try and help out. I'll advertise things. I'll throw it up on my Facebook. You know, that's real important stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I think you got to give away things. People come for giveaways.
Yes, they do.
Right? You better have food, and you better be giving them something. Right?
Yep. Absolutely. I love it. Your passion, your enthusiasm, your charisma, it's all there. If you, Jim Chester actually commented, he jumped on the feed, he said, if you're a chiropractor, Tokash is the best. And I couldn't agree more. I'm not even a chiropractor yet, but I know for a fact that I will call this man when I need equipment for sure. Or even contracting help.
Contract now. If I'm in your neighborhood, I'll do your build out.
I'm gonna fly you around the country and just have you build offices.
Oh man, there's only one of me though, Johnny. There's not two. But no, you know, so it's just so much fun. I'm just having a blast and enjoying everything and being so accepted. It's great. It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't know what else I could do to help, but I'm finding some other things, right? So, Jim Chester's one of them right there. There you go. So Jim Chester, who's going to market for you guys, right? You sign up with him, great marketer. He'll come to your town and walk the streets and bring customers in, right? That's passionate he is about chiropractic, right?
Absolutely.
So, great. So I'm working with some manufacturers and some other chiropractors to come out with some new plans. So, let's say, now in my quote, which makes me, I like being different, Johnny, than the rest of them.
Really?
Quote, because they're catching up to me. They're figuring out how I do things, right? Right? You always got to be a step ahead of everybody.
Absolutely.
So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say, Jim Chester, we're going to give 1 week of Jim services to the new chiropractor, to the build out, right? So now you got a little marketing coming along with my quote.
Awesome.
Right? I'm paying Jim, right? Then I have 2 doctors in Connecticut. They do CA training, right? You probably asked a couple of these x-ray companies, they don't even know who CA even is, right? So what I'm going to do is, here is a month of CA training for your staff,
awesome.
Right? Right? I'm throwing that into the deal, right? So I'm working on these things. I don't have them done yet, but everybody seems to wanting to be doing that. Because you know what, Johnny? There's not only me out here. There's Jim Chester. There's Dr. Kemp. there's a lot of people out there
Yeah.
that really want to help the new chiropractor and the existing chiropractor.
Right. And
So,
you're doing just that, Mike. It's awesome. It is awesome. Someone is blowing up the hearts right now. This is great. Mike, this is huge. I think, whoever's blown up, it's probably Jim. Jim's an amazing guy. But it's incredible. The fact that you're giving back, and you know what? You will finish that, and it's in the works. But you know what? When you release that, and when that actually comes out, you contact me, and we'll make a debut for you, and we'll put it out there for the world. Because
great.
I think that I know for a fact that people will take advantage of it, including myself as a new outcoming doc, and then other outcoming docs. There are tons of students that follow the Legendary Chiropractor online community and page, and we got to get this word out there because imaging systems and services are important. If you're a chiropractor, a Gonstead practitioner, or a chiropractor in general that's looking to take x-rays, I know there are some tonal techniques that don't necessarily require x-rays, but if you are going to have x-rays, you know that before graduating, and now you have an amazing resource in your back pocket to use, and he's saying everything that you need. CA training, okay? That's great for turnkey. Imaging services, okay? That's great for turnkey. And then you got Jim Chester's marketing to get your name out there in front of as many people as possible to put your name not only on the door but also in the community, because that's where it's most important. Because it can sit on your door all day and you can't have a person walk in. But it's when you get out into the community and you start talking to people, that's when people start coming in, and we get those referrals and the people who stay and they pay and they refer. So, Mike, thank you so much. I want to have you share some closing remarks, not only about, your experience in chiropractic so far, but also just with imaging services. How can people reach out to you? What action steps can they take now? And when should they be expecting that huge announcement and huge release?
So let's stay with that, right? What I'm putting together with this program. The reason it's taking me some time is I'm doing your homework, right? I like doing homework. I know we got Jim, right? He, number one. So, but I see a lot of Facebook out there. I see a lot of marketers or things going on out there saying, well, is this company any good? Well, is that company any good? Well, I'm switching from that company to that company. Well, I'm going from that company to that company, right?
Yeah.
So I want to do all that homework first. So all of a sudden, because remember, my name's attached to it.
Right.
Right? Like at UCA training, it better be a great chiropractor doing that training, right? To make your CA successful, help you be successful,
Absolutely.
Right? Just like with Jim with the marketing, just like with 2020, Nate Dominguez, outstanding, right? He's there. If I called him right now, he's answering the phone, right? That's what I need a manufacturer to do, right? So I'm thinking within, 30 days, maybe July or so, I'm going to have that done, right? I want to have it done before the fourth quarter, for sure.
Awesome.
I know there's going to be a lot of graduates coming out. And in the meantime, I lowered my pricing a little bit to kind of compensate for that, because I hate to see, the rebate ended today, right? And all of a sudden, you want to buy it tomorrow.
Yep.
Right?
Or you just see it tomorrow.
Yeah. But that's crazy because you know what? I buy 10 extra ones. So if you do buy it tomorrow, I still have a rebate,
there
right?
You go.
A lot of guys couldn't even figure that out, but they're catching up to that one, right? So, but you can always reach me on my cell phone, 610-812-3079.
Awesome.
Imaging services at hotmail.com, and the imaging services, which you can find all my information on there. So THE Imaging Services, the Imaging Services is my website. I don't have a lot of stuff on there because I don't need it there. I need to talk to you.
Yeah,
right?
What's your phone number one more time for me, Mike?
610-812
610-812
3079.
3079.
And I'd like to say one more thing. I think this is what makes me very different, John, than all the rest.
Yeah.
I'm doing a GoFundMe for a chiropractor in need. She has lupus, 4 years in the business. She's an amp doctor, right? Successful, very sick. She wants to be anonymous because she never even told her family yet, right? So I went out there. I'm doing a GoFundMe for her to take care of her medical bills. You know, she needs some, you know, rest. She took a vacation. She feels better. She's building her practice back up. And I'm trying to get her build out done. She wants X-ray, and she just can't do it at this point. So, you know, it's GoFundMe, chiropractor in need. And, you know, I see a lot of generous people out there, and I like to keep it going. So I want to thank everybody so much.
Awesome. What was that link one more time?
So it's chiropractor in need.
Awesome. GoFundMe, chiropractor in need. Phenomenal. All right. Thank you so much, Mike, for everything that you're doing.
This has been exciting. I love it.
This is amazing. I'm glad you reached out to me, and I'm glad we connected and got you on this show, because that's what it's all about, is this community, the camaraderie, the family of chiropractic, and just bringing, like I said at the beginning of this show, bringing people like you who, you know, isn't a doc, but you have so much that you've seen and you've learned and you've experienced through your own growing your own business to be multi-million-dollar, but also like what chiropractors, where they've failed, where they've struggled, and you've seen it from the, you know, front rows. So it's pretty powerful to have you on the show.
I think it's 47 years.
47. Awesome. That is so cool.
Awesome.
Are we gonna party for your 50th year anniversary or what?
Oh man. That'd be great.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much. This has been a pleasure, exciting. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, Mike. And with that being said, I want to end with a shameless plug, as we usually do. Number one, though, I want to recap what we've kind of talked about. Location. If you're a chiropractic student or a chiropractor who's looking to open their own office, make sure that you got your location down. Where you want to go is very, very critical. And like Dr. Barbara Eaton says also, make sure it's somewhere where you want to wake up in the morning. Because because if it's not, there's no point in being there. That's just ridiculous. Number two, find a good contractor. Don't just trust your best friend or Joe Schmo down the road. Find three different contractors Mike recommends, and compare their prices, compare what they say when it comes to your build-out, no matter if you're doing half a build-out, full build-out, remodeling, whatnot. Make sure you get consulted on that. And the third thing is take away some stress, and the way you do that is through Mike Tokash and imaging services. It's the best deal around, and you know what? The guy, he's a trustworthy man, and, you know, he's built this practice his small business to a very large business over the course of years, and it's family, like he said, of chiropractors that have gotten him to where he's at, and also his insane work ethic to be where you're at, Mike. So I wanted to just recap. Do you have any closing remarks before I go ahead and advertise?
No, I think I said it all.
Awesome.
I'm winded.
Awesome, Mike. So with that being said, if you're a chiropractor out there or a chiropractic student and you are looking to post a chiropractic job advert, no matter if you're selling your chiropractic practice or purchasing or looking to purchase a chiropractic practice, associate, independent contractor, no matter what you are hiring for or doing when it comes to chiropractic, I would love to host your job advert or just chiropractic advert on our site. So head to postachiropracticjob.com. Now we are the unicorn of chiropractic job boards. And you know, I learned this the other day, Mike. Do you know, I looked up the definition, not the definition of unicorn, but like, what is a unicorn, right? Like, what exactly does Wikipedia say a unicorn is? And how funny is this? It says it's a legendary creature. Perfect. You right here on the Legendary Chiropractor, you heard it here first. The unicorn of chiropractic job boards. We are legendary creatures, and we are here with Mike Tokash. Thank you for being on. Thank you for watching the Chiropractic Compass podcast and Facebook Lives. Thank you for all of the hearts, all of the likes. We got 385 hearts, so I'm not sure who is doing that, but I'll find out, and I'm gonna thank them. That's pretty awesome. And so thank you so much for being on here. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for watching, and that's all I got.
It has been a great experience. Thank you.
Awesome. Have a wonderful evening, and I'm sure I will see you at an upcoming event. No matter what's your next event.
I got Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts. I got Chiropractic Rocks next year. That's going to be another big one.
Awesome.
You know, it's up and coming. You know, I don't know. There's just so many of them. I want to go to them all.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So call Mike 610-812-3079 if you have any imaging services that you need completed, and also GoFundMe Chiropractor in Need, chiropractor in lupus that is in need of support and help. So Mike, thank you for being on. Have a great evening.
Right.
And I
Hello. Who's going?
That was fast. Awesome.
Thanks,
Have a
Johnny.
good night, Mike. See ya.